Hi everyone, I'm Penny, a medicine woman and vitalist herbalist specializing in ancient medicine for modern illness. If you'd like to learn more, feel free to reach out to me. I'm always here to help. Welcome to The Real Deal, real people, real issues, real talk. And today we're talking cannabis and herbalism with Natalie Sophia of Natalie Attired Skincare, a longtime cannabis advocate and educator. And sorry, guys, I tried to, I'm starting over because I don't know what the problem is, but for some reason I couldn't get her on. Um, so while we're trying to get her on here again, um, I do want to bring up, just because it's Cannabis Awareness Month, one more time, Jack Hare's book, The Emperor Wears No Clothes. And he also has a documentary out online if you want to check that out. It's a wealth of information. Hi, Michael. Hi, Susan. How you doing? And I'm still working on getting in, with these comments and stuff. This live video is just not my thing, guys. But I've given out many, many copies of this book throughout the years. And if you're out there advocating for cannabis, trying to teach people, trying to educate, everything, this is the Bible. There's a lot of blood, sweat, and tears and work that went into this book. And everything you need to know is in here, from medical, industrial, agricultural, thousands and thousands of years of history is in this book. And this is all you really need to prove to anyone that hemp can make a difference in this world, and it has. Only in the last 100 years has that been changed. Natalie, I don't know if you're watching, but I had to start it over. Um, that was a video call that we were doing. I'm working on getting her in here still, guys. It's crazy because it shows I could bring you two on, but we'll see if she comes in, if I can bring her on. So another thing I wanted to bring up too is, if you are out there advocating for the cannabis plant, please, give it the due respect that it deserves. It's the most nutritionally complete food source on the entire earth. It has 20 amino acids in it, all 20, nine of which our body cannot produce naturally, and we are symbiotic with the plant. We all have an endocannabinoid system. Come here, dude. We all have an endocannabinoid system, which runs all our other five major body systems. And we need to feed our endocannabinoid systems, or else we will have medical issues. And the fact that this isn't, just even taught in medical school is just unbelievable after all these years. The our the founder, or I guess he's not the founder, but Dr. Raphael Mechoulam is the one that discovered the endocannabinoid system over 30 years ago, and he just passed away recently. And it's crazy that we just keep baby stepping through all this stuff with legalization, and most people don't even realize what's going on. They think, oh, we have legalization now, we have recreational, everybody, everything's honky dory, but it's not. We are fighting for full repeal. Hi, Mark. How's it going? Natalie, if you're on, comment so I can try to get you in here one more time, or check your Facebook notifications, because there should be something in there that shows that I invited you. I'm losing track because I get frustrated now, guys. Let's see. She's here, but this is crazy. I'm gonna keep. Let's me let everybody in here but you. And I don't understand. Is there a blue button on the bottom, Natalie, that says ask to join the live? Hi, Daniel. How you doing? Sorry, guys. Sorry for these growing pains. Hopefully we can get better through time. I see Susan, Mark, no. Oh, I'm so sorry, Natalie. I have no idea what's going on. Let me try this. It says you're already invited, Natalie. I wonder if you have to actually be on your phone and not your laptop, Natalie. Can you try to jump on your phone? I think that might actually be the issue. It probably invited you on your phone. Okay, I see your message now, Mark. Check your settings for Facebook and make sure it's allowing her to access. Yeah, try to jump on your phone, Natalie, and see if you can connect that way, because I really feel are you able to connect from your phone? Natalie. Thank you, Susan. I'm sorry, guys. I'm all flustered. I could talk about all kinds of things, but at the moment, I'm just like, blah, technology. I hate you. Natalie, I really think on my phone now your video is not okay. Okay, Natalie, go onto my page and go onto the Facebook Live and try to let's see. There should be a button on the bottom, something that says to join the Facebook Live. Right under in the comments, right where you're looking right there. There, I think I got you. I think you're coming, Natalie. Yay, I think we got it. We got you. I think you're coming, Natalie.
Yay, finally.
Oh my God, I feel like, my granddaughter could do this better than me.
Yay, finally. I'm just going to turn that off on the computer so it's not interfering. Hello, Penny, and how are you?
I'm good. Nice to finally meet you.
Nice to meet you also.
So why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
So everybody, hi, and thank you for joining in. I'm Natalie Sophia, and I am the owner and producer of NA Skincare and also NA Medibles. I help seniors, people with chronic pain, fibromyalgia, cancer. If you just want to get high, my first question is why? Did you have a tough day at work? Are your kids driving you crazy? Did somebody pass away? Did you get in a fight with your best friend or your husband or your wife and you need to find a way to calm down and relax and things like that? And it takes care of your pain too. So everybody actually has a reason and why they do it. But with recreational being legal here in Canada, there's still a lot of education that needs to be done because the Canadian government did everything incorrectly.
Yeah. I think
yes.
They all have.
Yeah. No, most definitely. Sorry, I'm moving around. I'm just going to put my phone down. There, that's better.
Okay.
Yeah.
So So how did you, like, how did you get into the cannabis end of it? Because you've been in business for a while now, for 20 years.
Yeah. Yes, my skincare company, yes, has been in business since August 2003. I started this company because I had an ailment from a tattoo that I got on my left shoulder blade, and I found out that I'm actually allergic to American red ink, and that if I get tattooed, I need to use Japanese red ink because there's too many minerals in American ink that didn't do very well with my body. And so I went to the drugstore trying to find a scrub where I could, heal myself because the cortisone shots that I was getting were not helping at all. But unfortunately, when you go to the drugstore, they're not coarse enough. They're filled with microbeads. They're filled with chemicals. You would have to take the ingredients list and go to Google to figure out everything that was made for that product. And what I ended up doing is that I wanted to make sure anything that I made that you could actually eat, because your skin is the biggest organ. My company is actually called Natalie Attired, which means well-dressed, polished person. And because your skin is the largest organ, you might as well take care of it as long as you possibly can.
I love that. I love that.
Thanks. But I don't spell my name the same way, but it was a nickname that I got in school from best friend's father, and I promised him if I ever started a company, I would call it Natalie Attired. And when he passed away, I started the company and made sure that I named it after that.
It's a nice story. So it was,
Yeah.
so you said like only a few years you started, infusing it with the cannabis too.
Yeah, so it's probably been about 6 or 7 years now. I really had no intentions of infusing it with cannabis. I ended up working for a GP, and that GP had a woman who did all of his billing for him. And she said to me one day, I make 96 different kinds of fudge. And I was just like, that's wonderful. That's way too many, but good for you. And I started to walk away, and she said, I don't think you understand. I make fudge. And I was like, good for you. To find out that her and her husband had actually been growing cannabis for over 45 years, and they've been smoking it for over 50. And the fudge that she was making was infused, and she wanted, because she's in her 60s now, she wanted to make sure that she was able to help people with low doses of cannabis instead of being dependent on anything that was coming from big pharma. She had given me a call and said, can you help us get into the cannabis industry? And I basically had no idea of who to go to, who to talk to, or even where to start. So I started doing some research, and then she found out that we got invited to Lift and Co., which is a big, huge cannabis um, convention that happens here in Toronto, and I do believe there's one in Vancouver also. So we got in, but of course we were not allowed to sell infused fudge. So it was all non-infused. So the first day they did $160, and then this older gentleman said, like, what are you doing? And then they were like, well, we're selling fudge. And they're like, no, you're not. You sell the bag for $20 and you put a sample of the infused fudge in the bag. Whew.
Yeah.
Went like that. And by the end of that weekend, I do believe we did about $10,000 in sales. We got interviewed by the Naked News. We started to go to all the green markets, and then everybody started to get to know us. And then that's when my partner at that time had said that I think it's a really good idea that you infuse your skincare. So that's what I did. It took a little bit to get going as far as research and making sure I had the right amounts of the medication and the products and things like that. Gave it to friends and family just to make sure that, was I doing anything incorrectly? Is there anything that I could improve upon? And it kind of went from there. And then it kind of really took off, I would say 2020.
Right when it was starting to get bad in the world.
Yes. Yeah. Everybody wanted to be medicated in one way or another to forget what was being done to us by our governments.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you said that you've done a lot of helping patients as well. You've helped a few patients with cancer and some other
Yes.
like stress, anxiety, different ailments, chronic pain.
Yeah, that's my number one thing, and nothing makes me happier than when I do get messages saying like your stuff is the bomb, it works. I slept like you've never slept before. I woke up with no pain, things like that. I've been able to have the fortunate practice of being able to help 4 people get off of opiates and 3 people getting in remission of cancer. If there's anything that I can continue to do, I will do it. And I like to be able to help those, of course, that are, not fortunate enough to help themselves. And I do whatever I can possibly do. But of course, with time going by, that can be very, very strenuous on you because, I want to help everybody, but I can't help everybody because I'm not monetarily wealthy, but I do my best to try and help people.
Yeah, and that's something, when you're an entrepreneur and starting off and you have product and you're giving things away and everybody wants something for free and you can only it's hard. There's a fine line that you have to put some boundaries on after a while because you can help people, but if they're not willing to help themselves, there's only so much you can do.
Exactly.
Then you just go on to the next one because there's not a lack
Yeah.
of people that need help.
Yeah, and what a lot of people don't understand too is just like people will see you on social media and think, oh, they're so successful and they know this, that, and the other thing. But what they don't see is when the doors are closed, how much struggle we go through, how many times we cry ourselves to sleep. Are we going to be able to pay that bill or, eat and things like that? The amount of support that you get when you're an entrepreneur is there's no real middle ground. It's either one or the other, where in the sense of you've got a ton of people that will support you that have never met you before. You
Yes.
get more support and more sales from those people than you will get from your friends and your family because your friends and your family want to see you succeed before they dive in and, oh, I want to buy your products or, can I try this or can I try that? And you know what? And that's fine and everything. But to be very honest, I get more joy from strangers than I do from people that I actually know. Because when you get people that actually know you, of course, they're going to blow you up and like, oh my God, you're the best, you're the bomb, the whole thing. But what a lot of people don't see is what I mentioned before is the struggle behind the door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's true. And that's good advice for people that want to start out is don't count on your friends and family. Those are your least of your support. You
Yes.
have to get out there and meet new people because don't let the naysayers and the non-support hinder you because that's not where your support's going to come from. They'll be the last ones to support you.
Yeah,
And I think a lot of
exactly.
people, they look at it a different way. So like they have an idea, they get started in doing it, their families, knocking them down or whatever their idea. So then they stop. But you're looking to the wrong sources for support and yeah, you'll find your tribe, the more truth you speak and the more you're you and genuinely you, that then your tribe will just come.
No,
I mean,
you are 100% right with everything that you just said. I love what I do. But another thing that people have to understand too is just like I've done a lot of businesses where I was just like get rich quick schemes. I'm going to do this. But the problem was is that a lot of people jump into things thinking that they're going to be rich, but that's great. And we all want to be rich and not worry about our bills and things like that. But are you passionate about it? Can you talk about this topic 24/7? Can you drop everything that you're doing and correct somebody? Can you walk around a grocery store, see somebody limping and go up to them and say, I'm really sorry to bother you. I can see that you're in pain. I don't mean to bother you, but here's my card. I can help you. If you have any questions, give me a call. That's the only marketing that I really do.
yeah,
I don't bombard people through social media, buy my stuff, buy my stuff, buy my stuff, because the problem with that is that you haven't taken the time to build a relationship with those people so that they do trust you and
yeah,
want to buy your product. I get my DMs blown up all the time with tons of people saying, do you want this? Do you want this? Do you want this? And it's just like, you didn't even say hi to me. You didn't even take the time to get to know me
yeah,
or anything that I'm into. You didn't ask me any questions. So why would I spend my time wasting it on you when you didn't take the time to waste it on me?
yeah, yeah. And so true. That's so true, and I kind of do the same thing, because it's hard to be, on social media and just watch people suffering when you know you can help them. So I do the same thing. I throw my number all over,
Yeah,
like if you want some help, here I am, but I never go back. You know what I mean?
yeah.
And 10 years from now, they might call me, you know.
No, exactly. I'll be
So,
just like, oh, hey, how's it going? Give me 2 seconds. I'm just gonna close my curtain.
okay.
That's better. Yeah, there's another thing that really happens too. It's just like I don't know if you saw the picture of my business partner Danny Raposo, where he had the motorcycle accident and then he used my pain bomb to heal his face. My messages, my emails, everybody's just like, oh my God, I have to have this cream. I have to have it. I tell them the price. Tell them how much it was shipping. I make everything fresh. Oh, well, I need to talk to my better half, which is, totally fine. Then they would come back and say, oh, well, I've been told your stuff is too expensive.
Yeah.
And it's just like, number one, why would you tell me that? If you don't want it, just say, you know what, thanks a lot for the information and move on. But it's just like these are the same people that will go out to the bar and drop $300 or $400 buying drinks for all their friends and all that, and then spend 2 days recovering and then wonder why they're in so much pain. But my stuff's too
Yeah.
expensive. Yeah, which
Yeah.
is
And
actually
that
really sad.
it is sad because that is an excuse a lot of people use. But to me, and and I'm glad you don't undercut yourself or your worth because um, you know, you get what you pay for, I guess is what I gotta say. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? And you don't want to undercut your worth. And like you said, I mean, is it not worth your life and and to feel better and to not be suffering and like you
Yeah.
said, they would spend the money on other things. So
Mhm.
those are the type of people that you keep giving and giving, but they're just taking and not giving back. So
That's when
I'm
you turn
sure,
around and you learn and you just turn around and you just cut them off. Just
yeah,
say, you know what, I wish you well, but you need to move on. It's just like, I want you to eat, just not at my table.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because when you're doing what you're doing, you know, it's a gift to be able to help people. So, and you do have a lot of people coming at you, but you can't stay with someone that's not willing to help themselves.
No, no, exactly.
That's,
And I know all about that. I'm celebrating, I'm going into my 5th year, leaving an abusive alcoholic relationship. He was a narcissist. Unfortunately for him, as much as I tried to help him, he didn't want to help himself and he had no problems dying and he passed away.
wow. From
Yeah.
alcohol syndrome?
Uh, yeah. He drank himself to death 20 months after I left.
Wow.
Yeah. So I
How
know
did,
all about suffering. Um, you do have to take ownership and deal with your past and things like that. You can't sit there and blame everybody for your misfortunes. We all struggle. We all have baggage. It's just a matter of how you deal with it. And there's certain people that just can't. And you know what? That is really, really sad. But at the end of the day, as much as I want to help them, it is on them, and it is on them for them to choose to, move on and fix it or do what they feel is necessary.
yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
personal responsibility is something that people have gotten away from too. They like to blame the blame game, but uh so you were telling me earlier about Portugal. I know you want to end up in Portugal, which
Yes.
it would be amazing, huh?
Yes. So, of course, my business partner, Danny, he moved to Portugal, to the Azores last August. I am to follow to basically help Portugal with the opiate crisis that they have there. What a lot of people may not know is that every single drug in Portugal has been decriminalized except for THC. The only thing that you're allowed to have in that country is CBD and hemp. There are a few hemp farms. And then I ended up getting invited as a special guest to Canna, Portugal last June, where I got to speak and get interviewed and do some consulting and let people know about the products that I make. Only because the only product that I saw there by going to the dispensaries that were available and that were open were CBD bath bombs. And don't get me wrong, CBD is great. I personally think it's better when it's ingested than when it's a topical. I feel that you get more pain relief a lot quicker with THC. But you know, a lot of people are uneducated in that area too, thinking that, well, if I use a topical because my skin is the largest organ, I'm going to get high, which is totally incorrect because it is non-psychoactive. You'll just get the pain relief and the sleep and all that kind of stuff that you need to be able to go on with your day or sleep through the night and then wake up refreshed the next day. That is the main thing that I do. I have a lot of people, like I mentioned, that say, you know, well, I want to get high in my bath. I'm just, well, smoke a joint in the bath then, or eat an edible, that kind of thing. But I always make sure everything that I produce, I always send photographs of the procedure of me going through it. I send a photograph of their package. I send them a photograph of their tracking number. I make sure that they have instructions, the ingredients, and have access to getting in touch with me at any time in case there's any questions that may need to be answered. The good thing is that I don't know all the answers. We are all learning about cannabis because there's something new every single day. But I do have a couple doctors that I can go to get any advice that I do need. But every single time I have gone to them, they have said I'm right on the money. I have not had any complaints. I've had a 5 out of 5 star rating with High Canada magazine. I got nominated as one of the women of color for Women's International Day this year. And I've also been told that I am the one of the up and coming BIPOC community women in cannabis, which is absolutely awesome.
Yeah, that is. And tomorrow we're having on Melissa Woods from Diamond Spirit Media. And I know you're one of the Diamond Queens that'll be featured in the calendar for
Yes.
next year. So
Yes, no,
it'll be nice.
definitely. I think, you know,
Real good
Joanna and
thing.
Melissa are absolutely great. They've got a great thing going. I was a board member. Unfortunately, I had to forego that position because I was just, you know, spreading myself too thin. And, you know, when I'm doing something, I like to give it my all. And I really just didn't have the time, not because I didn't want to, but I will still be doing some projects and things with them. And of course, like I said, they know everything that's going on. Their auctions are great. They have great products. My products are in the
Yeah.
auction. Yeah, so, you know, they're good people. They have good connections. And even though I'm not a board member, I still wish them all the success in the world.
You know, I'm just getting to know them, but they seem like they're really good people too. So
Yeah.
I look forward to meeting them. I might meet them this summer at an event. So
Yeah. They wanted me to come to some of the events, but with, you know, working full time and then of course all of my businesses that I have my fingers in, and you know, trying to get my butt to Portugal, which I thought of course was going to be this year. I think the universe and karma is trying to tell me it's probably going to take a little bit longer, but you know what? That's okay. Everything will come when it's supposed to.
yeah. So how did you get into? I know, you know, we've never met, but you know, I've been following you for a while, so I feel like I know you. So this is kind of cool because we wouldn't be talking now. Um, how did you get into herbalism and that, you know, like the healthy life? Have you always been like that, or at what point did you?
Pretty much my life has kind of been up and down. When, of course, I was really stressed out. I was really super thin. I would say probably about a year and a half ago, I took a picture with Danny, and I actually scared myself when I looked at the photograph because I looked anorexic. just too many bones sticking out, things like that. But how I got into eating healthy is with what I mentioned about my ex who passed away. He and his family were very, very unhealthy. There was a lot of, box food, everything white, ketchup on everything. And I was a foodie, and I love to cook, and just wasn't like that. But when I knew that my relationship was coming to an end, I knew that I had to have a healthy body and a healthy mind so I could move on. I was overweight, and I was drinking a lot, eating a lot of the crap that they were eating. So I just decided that when the relationship was becoming too much and the stress was too much, I got myself a gym membership. I started consulting with a gentleman that knew everything about intermittent fasting and keto. And I just went gangbusters. To relieve my stress of everything that I was going through at home, I would go to the gym and I would pump it out there, making sure that I ate what I needed to eat, drinking more water than anybody should probably ever drink, and just got really healthy. And then 6 months before I left the relationship, I was mentally stable enough to start a business, which I started my own delivery company because unfortunately, my funds were depleted due to his alcoholism. And I managed to make $30,000 in 5 months. And then I was like, gotta go.
Wow.
Gotta go. Hopped in my car, took the dog, went to South Carolina to visit my parents, tried to figure out what I was going to do, came back, and within a week I was like, I can't do this. So called my mom and told her everything that I was going through in my journey as far as getting healthy and clearing my mind. And she's like, I'll call you back in 15 minutes. I was like, okay. She's like, you're picking me up at the airport tomorrow. I was like, uh-oh. So, when your mom's hopping on a plane, when you're leaving a very bad relationship, shit's gonna hit the fan, right?
Right.
And because of the way that I treated my mind and my body and kept on telling myself to be positive, don't be angry. He's a sick person. You're not. Don't go down that rabbit hole. So keep doing what you're doing and just constantly thinking positively. Still doing the keto, the intermittent fasting. Of course, I fell off the wagon the last 2 weeks. I had too many donuts, but that's okay. Yeah, and of course, getting older too, you do need to really, really take care of yourselves. I don't take any pills whatsoever. The only medication that I take is cannabis, and I eat it, smoke it, drink it. And I've managed to I've gained a little bit of weight, so I don't look like I'm sick anymore. I'm happy, I'm healthy. I know Karma and the universe have a path for me, and it's going to be absolutely spectacular as far as health and monetary value and business and helping people.
Yeah. I'm excited to watch you grow. You're doing so many good things, and to do what you love is just amazing, and you've worked hard for it. So I know it's got to inspire a lot of people because you can get there, and but it takes a lot of hard work and a lot of tears, right?
Yeah, definitely. I figure if Colonel Sanders can be rich and famous at 65, I'm still young enough to get what I want.
That's right.
That's right.
So do you have anything else you want to talk about today, or?
Um, you guys have any questions, please feel free to give me a call. I love coming up with new products. I do have to keep the SKUs down. One thing about my products is I do not keep inventory on the shelf. As soon as you ask me, for the order. I make it, so everything is 100% fresh. My stuff is very, very pretty, but just because it's pretty doesn't mean you should keep it in your bathroom just to put it on display. Please use it because it is made out of food ingredients, so it will eventually turn. Um, I love everything that I do. I use it every single day. You're paying for the love that I put into each and every single product. And that's basically what you're paying for. Like I said, you need anything, you give me a shout. If there's people that you want to refer to me, please do. I will answer any question. If there's something specific that you want just for you, we can always make arrangements. I do wholesale also. My website is under construction right now. Actually, it's been under construction for quite some time, but we won't talk about that.
Yeah.
I do have a digital catalog, so please email me at naskincare1@gmail.com. There's a couple of products that are being eliminated off of that, but that's okay because of all the other products are absolutely wonderful. And just enjoy, ask me anything. I love what I do. I'll always be available. And if I don't know something, I'll never guess.
That's good. That's good to know. So,
Yes.
and then you want to, at some point, just put a link to your catalog down in the comments on this live too.
Yeah. Definitely. My catalog, I will let you know, it is a PDF. I do have a Facebook page that has all the pages of my catalog on it too, so I can give you a link to seeing
Yeah.
my page there. And I'll put my email in there too, so if you want to get in touch with me, and of course, please reach out. You can send me a friend request. I'm more than happy to accept the friend request. And then, of course, you can DM me at any time, and I'll get back to you as soon as I possibly can.
Great. I appreciate you coming on, Natalie. I'm sorry it took so hard to get, took a while
Oh,
to get
no,
it.
that's okay. We know life happens. Not a big
Yeah,
deal.
but
We got it done.
I'd like to, follow up with you after a while and see where you're at and hear some more things. And if if you'd like to come on, we'll get you back on in the future.
Definitely. I would love that.
Yeah, it
Thank
was
you so much for hearing me and seeing me. It's really, really, really appreciated.
It is. And I'm glad, I do want to stay in touch with you now that we've met and stuff. So I'm glad we finally got to connect. But I've been watching what you've been doing for a long time and you're doing good things. And I'm really proud of you. Keep it going.
Thank
Keep
you so much.
sharing that truth.
Yay!
And support,
That makes me super happy.
I love your energy. I love your vibe. I love how you're about empowering other people. And it's good to put that out there into the world. So
Yes, thank you. I think the only time that you'll probably see me freak out is if I get one more military man in my DM saying, I'm in the military and I'm in Afghanistan right now, and my girlfriend passed away and I have an 11-year-old son, and are you married? Block.
yeah,
Yeah, I'm sure everybody's dealing with that right now.
I know it is pretty crazy.
Yeah.
The whole, it's crazy what they do have on social media. But we get blocked, but there's all this crazy stuff on there that's okay going on. So
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've seen some things that a lot of people should probably not see.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So well, thanks for joining us, everybody. Chime in. We'd love to hear from you. And thanks for, dealing with the growing pains. We will get better as we move along. Join us here every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And next, we'll be talking cannabis education, business building, and marketing with Melissa Woods from Diamond Spirit Media. So stay tuned. See you later.
Thanks,
Natalie.
guys.
Have a
Thank
good
you.
night.
Have a good night. Bye.
Bye.